Hello, hello, hello! Welcome and well met. Welcome to the stream. We're starting this week off with, once again, the Great Ace Attorney, Chronicles. I kind of flopped. Whoops. Anyway, we're getting started on that again. We are on episode 5, which is the last part of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, which makes up one half of Chronicles. So yeah, Chronicles is 2 games in 1, for anyone who didn't know that. And we are on the last episode of the first game, which is halfway through Chronicles, more or less. Oh boy, okay. So, I need to jump in. Actually, before I do that. Little Mies can go. I'm gonna let you down too. Alright, now switch. It's a little more serious today. It's been gloomy. Alright, so, we stopped off on a to be continued, so I'm loading from this because I don't know if if it just jumps into an area location or we're jumping into a scene, because I honestly don't remember. So, we're going from the load screen. Usually I like starting off, but I'm like, I think it's just location. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's just location. I don't think there's more cutscenes. We've had... What? We've had... I know we've had at least 1, but I feel like we've had 2 animations so far. We had a dance with Shlomes, and then, oh my gosh, so many things happened last stream. We got an animation last stream. Okay, so we're back at Windy Bake's Pawnbrokery. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Oop. Hi, Gregson. He looks thoughtful. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Your ladyship! How? He's like, how did you do? I like how we're already in here and there's already shenanigans immediately afoot. Gregson with Iris around the place is a combination for shenanigans. Just like, that's the baseline. Oh gosh. I don't believe it. How in the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Iris looking out for Gregsley. Iris is looking out for all the men in her life, apparently. This 10-year-old's like, you guys may be older than me, but my goodness, do you need help? You know what? I want to take you. Your little head is cute. Judgmental mouse. Go, look. Okay. Game. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, yes. I hardly feel tired at all. And fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime, then? Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through the door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windybane and Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There's so many articles to go through, it's taking forever. Even with the lads working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Come on, then. Let us not waste any time. Susato, she's still with us. I don't think she's gonna be in the trial. I don't remember how that goes. But Susato is heading off to Japan soon. I need to take a little sippy sip. I have grape juice today. And before you start any teas, no, it's actual grape juice. I'm like D-Luke. I like grape juice. And also, yes, I do mean D-Luke from Genshin Impact. And wow, what happened there? Apparently don't adjust my I should not adjust my sitting position. Weird things happen. Alright, I'm not sure if we've investigated here. Wait, what was in my court record? Yeah, no. We don't have really anything. Let me... Okay, if I can investigate and get, like, court record stuff, this should be one of them. If I remember correctly. Oh, hello, Margaret. Welcome, welcome. Actually, I should be looking this way, huh? The one I can read is this way, but to you guys, it's up there. Actually, it could be, like, down, or actually over there, too. But I keep looking this way. Opposite for me. Look here. Ew, that's bullet. This is April 16th. It was saying April 15th, I think, before. Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably, Mr. Windybank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. There's blood on that too. Well... Mr. Shlomes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Patriotic? What? Sorry? It's all there in the adventures of Herlock Shlomes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. Doesn't do it often. You shouldn't even do it once. Ryanosuke. You know, as much as the ladies get things done in this game, I like how Ryanosuke is also usually, except for a rare time or two, is also like, please have common sense. Don't do that. That's illegal. I love the dynamic of the characters. They're so silly. Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet. Yeah, I'm more interested in the fact there's blood around it. At least presumably that's blood. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? Suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! Oh gosh, okay, Iris theme song playing. I was not expecting upbeat music. Caught me off guard. Aha! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Bruno? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. And there you have it! You see, when it comes to blood, we're all different types! I don't think that's how it works. Yes, but a scientific observation. So you need this! Oh no, what does that scary-looking thing... Oh, let me try that again. Oh no, there's that scary-looking thing. Riley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Fucked! Iris! Now it's green. Oh, color of the bloodstain has changed. There! Does that make... yeah. There! Does it make sense now? Yes, I've become starting to understand. Good! It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see. Yes! How wonderful! The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. Oh. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great. So, whose blood are we looking at then? Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color, and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash! It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? 1 flash or 2, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record. Blood sample portfolio. It has a little gear and flower from Shlomes and Iris's symbols. It does look like a pouch Shlomes would have. More grape juice. Also, I think we're having a stream cat. Hello, kitty. Did you find the pillow? We have a kitty. Everyone say hello to Kitty. Yep, she's laying on the pillow. Okay. Let's keep testing and adding results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have Regent left, sure. Okay, can we look at this again? Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Say. Oh, does this talk to the officer? The officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here. Really? Then we must tell Gregsley at once. As soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. Ah, they really have a tough time, the British police. That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm pretty sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Yeah, we already looked at it. It's the stereoscope. Oh, what are you clawing at so much, you little kitty cat? Okay, you finally actually laid down. My cat is distracting me. But she is here. We have Kitty. Fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again. Oh yes! That's a folding stereoscope. Really? This is a stereoscope. The Shlomes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. For that, he used the great big contraption over there. Ah, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. Hairball. Boys broke a little bit there in hairball. I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It would be keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. That's a reference to the main line of series with Phoenix. Big stereoscope here. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things, as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. Mr. Shlomes gleefully showed it to us yesterday. We were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. I wasn't. Though it also wasn't yesterday for me. Gosh, it was a few days ago. Look at the shelf. These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find real treasures among all the junk, you know. Are you alright, Bruno? Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. But when you pick out individual things, you can't help but wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue. Do you like horses, Ryunosuke? Is Ryunosuke a horse guy? That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. There's... aw. Oh, that's the horse statues right there. That's pretty big. Police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. Been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. Was siphoning through all the shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure, and even then we'll barely scratch the surface. I'm in a pawnbroker's. Every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know? A crime in the pawnbrokers. Let's see. Oh, there's a giant music box. Yeah. It's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Bruno? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? Oh, there, good place. What do you think? Isn't it pretty sound? Isn't it a pretty sound? Beautiful sound, yes, but a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsley to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. She's like, no, don't press me. I think that's everything in this scene. I don't think there's anything behind the chat, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna look at the table. Ew. There's another. Hey, it's a cat snowman photo. We have one of those, I think. Yeah, this. There's the article ledger here. Mr. Windybank's notes and... What's this? It looks as though someone has left the little photographic prints behind. Oh! Look on the back. There's something written. Oh, the stuff on the ground is from the lamp. I just put that together. I thought it was a broken plate, but no, I think it's glass from the lamp. It fell on the floor. Oh wait, did I read that? I don't think I did. Oh wait, no, I did read. Okay. Never mind. Is there? Ooh, show us, Susie, show us! Oh, there's a bloody print. 15th February, 10:30. Ooh, no, she's not 15th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited. 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, 15th April, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly, it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Yes! This must be the ticket for the overcoat that Jeannie redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilded. I never expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten. On the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Windybank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have at hand. Kitty. Did I just check my cat's attention? Yes, I absolutely did. Just She stopped again. Her little ears just perked up. She's like, who's meowing? Me! Okay. But this photograph of a cat is very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same one Jeannie gave us earlier. Of course. I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out! Alright. Cog's turn. It's a stereoscope. Pictures. Yes! They're exactly the same. Not really, actually. There is a difference. I think Iris was about to mention that. I've got it! Those two photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we need... Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Can we talk to her? Yeah. Okay. Wait. Here we go. I pushed the right button. Pair of photographs. So, Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windybanks' counter, and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? Actually, it's not quite right. Sorry. If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Have another look at them now. Yeah, the cat's looking a little way a bit. That one. And then that one's straight on. The one to the right straight on. It's just like the one on the right's like this. It's just staring dead ahead. The other one's slightly turned over. And then there's other things in the background that are a little different, but that's the most obvious. Or maybe not obvious, but most easy to see might be better turn of phrase. Anyway, and you see that they're just slightly different from each other. I think so. It's very subtle though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see. No, I don't. This pair of photographs... It's meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, a stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Shlomes showed us yesterday. And we just looked at today. You see? There it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course. A magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually... It's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Oh, this is gonna be silly. Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon. Bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. Nah, it's okay. I, for one, simply have to know. There goes Iris's theme. How stereoscopic prints work. Have you ever considered, Runa, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just open them, and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes. Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. what you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. You can actually do that. That's so weird when I do that. You're just like rapid winking at the world, just wink, 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 wink. I keep feeling like there's a small critter to the left of me, but there isn't. I'm just, hello? Nope, there's nothing there. It's probably the light off the corner of my glasses again. Everyone freaks out over, I saw something in the corner of my eye. I'm like, that happens all the time. It's usually because of my glasses, so it's not as creepy to me as it is for other people. Pro of being glasses wearer? Question mark? I don't know. Sniffing through, I mean, actually, I'm gonna finish off my grape juice here. Enjoy Iris's theme song. Oh. Nom nom nom. That had seeds. Not unpleasant. I've had it with me, but it's not. I still don't want to eat them. Oh, okay. I finished my cup of grape juice. I have been hydrated. By grape juice. I do like grape juice. Okay. Okay. I think I might have read the spell read again. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Oh wait, that was Susato. Oh well. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses that shift to examine depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? There's so much without telling me. Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints? Yes, Bruno. You're beginning to understand. The stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that? Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can? Really? He's so excited. How to view stereoscopic prints. Let's try it. Let's see if we can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Sato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? I can't. It's really hard. It doesn't really work for me. Cross my eyes. I think I can. Oh gosh. This is so silly. This is very silly. You might, if you're tabbed off on another tab, you might want to look at this. It's so silly. Watch me and see if you can copy. Oh gosh, that's so. Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? They're both making silly face. Yeah. There, how's that? Wonderful, now it's your turn, Runo. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. That is actually good advice. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Actually staring at the bridge of the nose is actually more helpful advice than I thought. I usually look at the end of my nose, but if you actually want this to work, yeah. By the way, the bridge of your nose is going to be in between your eyes. So, for me, actually, it's kind of like, look where the bridge of my glasses. Look at my glasses. Okay. Alright, that's enough practice. And let's try looking Alright, that's enough practice. And let's try it looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly cross your eyes. I think the game kind of does this. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Bruno. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the prints split into images for you? You're gonna have to pause that. I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. Now, the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until... Cat. They form a new single image in the center. Oh, yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real. Oh, I could look at it all day, please. Oh gosh, these faces are like the best. They're so silly. I love it. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Bruno. Yeah. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Again, I'm not gonna... You're gonna have to pause this if you want to give it a try. I'm not going to. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this, is it? There, you managed it. So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it is really quite extraordinary. Optical things are fun. So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Bruno? They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. No, some people find it easier than others. That's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? Ta-da! If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Open. Then set a pair of photographs in the stand in the back and... It's pretty amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. I kind of prefer things like zooscopes, though, like we saw in another code. I got way too excited about that, but hey. Let me have my fun. Proto little animation things, or maybe it is animation. I'm not entirely sure, but it's at least proto animation. Those little gadgets are so cool. I think if it weren't for them, we may not have as well. We certainly wouldn't have movies as soon as we did. Well, if we didn't have those little devices, we may not have had motion pictures, aka movies, as soon as we did. There. Yes. Anyway. History of filmmaking is pretty darn neat, if you ask me, but eh. Anyway. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. I was thinking. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. But I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. I've never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge. We've certainly learned a lot about them. I wonder if it's knowledge that it'll even. What? I can't see. But I wonder if it's knowledge that it'll ever actually need. Oh my goodness. That was so hard to do with the voice. Okay, moving on. Oh, yeah, both cat pictures. I wasn't wanted to look more at that. We're good at talking with Iris right now. Ooh. Okay, I'm in the way. I'm in the way. Now I'm not in the way. This is the ticket Gina brought in here yesterday. Yes, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilded 2 months earlier. Article deposited, one gentleman's overcoat. The other redemption ticket was in the pocket of that coat. Yes, for a small box, deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident. Did it have anything to do with all this? What about the fingerprint here? Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. Red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Susato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case, yes, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. Oh, updated. Okay, we're good on that. Now I can get Iris's help to be like, there's a blood stain on this. I think I thought I have to go. Present. Iris, can you use the thing on this? Oh, that looks like blood. I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't worry, Runo. You leave the rest to me. Taking fire. I like how it's pink. Totally didn't have to do that. Oh, it's purple. Look at that. Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood. Oh, you had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? What are you doing? Hold on, let me see. Do I? It's not on the court record. Okay. Oh no, my kitty figured it out. Blood on a leather glove, and with Mr. McGilded, it might be Thrice Fired Mason. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. From the color return, but with a little deduction. That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well. You first, Runo. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright, I believe this is the blood of... Probably Thrice Fired Mason. That's my guess. Thrice Fired Mason. You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course I've never met the victim. So I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice fired, though. The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice Fired Mason. But that would mean this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to Windy Banks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time. So it's a smear of blood from the time Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night. Yeah. Oh, I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. It certainly does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint of this mark. But we know that Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time anywhere on his body. From which we conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Shlomes. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, Bruno. Very well. Let's make a note of this. Updated. Oop, and the blood sample portfolio updated. Updated the picture and the blood. Okay. I think I need to talk to Iris anymore. I do want to look at the table again. Table. That ledger that's open on the counter. There really is enormous, isn't it? Must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all of these hundreds of items in pawn. It's too much to think about. Better just sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me. Clearly Mr. Windybank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Aw, come on, let me investigate the table. Oh. That might be it out here. I'm gonna make sure. Do I have anything else to talk to Iris about? No. Okay. Can I already move into the back room? No, I can't. Okay. Go in the back room. Behind that door, it's the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregsley said. Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Poor Mr. Windybank. Gina's there. Mr. Windybank, face down on the floor, with Gina beside him. As the accused's legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course, and we will. Behind that door, that's a real scene of the crime. Well, Shlomes was shot out here, so... that's part of this crime as well. Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them. Way to go, Iris. Yeah, there's something on there. Sort of looking everything over. Yeah. Okay. Now we have ability to move back there. Yes, yes we do. Oh wait. Before I move. This is now a check mark. Yes, yes it is. Okay. Didn't double check. Off to the back room. Perky? Yep, that's a crime scene, alright. 16th April, Windybank's storeroom. Oh, poor Iris. Poor Iris. She clammed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windybank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Poor little thing. Hey, Gregson. I almost called him Gregsley. Ah! Did he just run away? Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do ya? She's so upset. Well... I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old. I love this line! Oh boy. I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Oh, hello, Grandma Iris. Thank you for the emotes. Eh. Oh, look at her. She's so hopeful. Ahem. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? I don't think that went very well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh gosh, Ryunosuke out here giving no leniency to Gregson right now. Apparently. And inquire into how Mr. Shlomes' operation is going. Okay, look. I'd usually investigate first, but if I remember correctly, usually after investigation I forget to talk to Gregson and then I spend like 15-20 minutes wondering what I needed to do. Because I also simultaneously think I've already talked to him, so I'm gonna talk to him now. And make sure there's nothing new to say after investigating. Oh, I might have to show him things too. Okay. So I have to keep that in mind. I definitely know I get stuck investigating right here at times. Let's see if I can get through it smoothly this time around. Alright, the scene of the crime. Let's ask. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Ha! You got eyes, haven't you? Use them. This is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So, Gexley, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, at shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. So it was locked from the inside. The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officers doing? Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in, as humbly as possible. Oh! As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrated on the floor, thuswise. And then next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the Vire Gutter child. Are you talking about Jeannie? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Miss Lestrade, the helpless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. He just... Gregson's just like, changing my last statement. This man is around the little finger of a 10-year-old. I get the feeling Gregson is very dad-shaped. He is absolutely, if he had a kid, he'd be showing the picture of this. I was like, look at my kid! I'm so proud of them. It just strikes me as just, the guy's a marshmallow. You're a bit ribbit. Hello, Frug! Rippetelia nicey. Okay, yeah. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand. No! Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom? And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend. In something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Poor Iris. She's really going through it right now. I mean, she knew Mr. Windybank before, and now he's dead. Gina's accused of the crime. Shlomes is in the hospital because he got shot. And then Suzata's gonna leave next morning. Poor Iris is having a time of it. Poor little girl. Give her a hug. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's also some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Okay, Shlomes' operation. Pegsley, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he? Well, the thing is, don't mince your words, Inspector. Please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Shlomes is... No. The operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well... Out with it! Susanna's gonna pinch you over her shoulder. Yes, ma'am! Look at Suzata! Oh, I'm gonna miss her. They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body. Oh gosh. Okay. Words are hard. Anesthesia. That is... Okay, that's not gonna be... I have trouble saying some words. That is a word I have trouble saying. Please look at the screen to read the word. Good and thank you. Is that even possible? It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. Goodness! In the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. Trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off, or so I heard. And now the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently. Oh my! No one knows if the anesthetic's still in it. Oh wait, no one knows if it's the anesthetic still in the system, or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes round again. Hurley. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear to get the word to you. What a surprise. In matters of life and death, Mr. Shlomes has to do things his way. Ryunosuke, you should not be giving your friend shade in this situation, but you do you, I guess. Okay, that's it for Gregsley at the moment. Let's look around. That is a gramophone. Can I look at it? Look at all these articles that have been deposited. This room is stuffed full of them. I can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, some enormous paintings. Oh, even some enormous paintings. Look! Pieces of different people's lives, widely gathering dust here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policemen shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, Sunshine. Okay, that checks off that. Does it check off over here? Yes, it does. There's the bicycle. Okay. Chalk outline. The police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Oh dear. Poor Mr. Windybank. He was a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once, through the heart. Most likely, the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt the thing. Oh. Iris is so sad. This must be his blood then. Ah! I don't like to ask such a wretched... I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris. But I wonder if, perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. She's up for doing... what color is this? Oh, it's blue. That's interesting. Also, an actual color blood can be. At least on an earthly spectrum. So, now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windybank's blood. And it doesn't match our analysis of the blood stain we found in the main shop. No, well let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway. Yep. Is the green one Shlomes then? He did get shot, but was he that close to the calendar? Is there anything else besides like the gun? Oh yeah, the chest. The chest and the gun. I think. I'm gonna get the gun first. This is a revolver. A real one. And quite possibly the murder weapon you used to take Mr. Windybank's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Runo look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. And I've had issues with guns in the past. Yeah, you got held up by one recently. Is there another incident at this point? But anyway, we saw Mr. Windybank with this yesterday, didn't we? Oh gosh. Warning. I shall have to take my own life. Please don't. It already happened anyway. It must be the same gun. So it's Windybank's gun? And last night, I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here. That was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Windybank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. Is it bad that I forgot Shlomes got shot? I don't know. I mean, it's been a few days. We haven't seen him. So no? Ooh, okay, moving on. Oh, evidently I'm getting sleepy. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Okay, so that gun can only have fired one shot. Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? That's the box file that my manuscript was kept in. Oh! Iris's unpublished story. A Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this... Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. You must check inside the box, at once. Yes. Iris is pretty tall, actually, though Susato's also not. We've actually seen Susato stand next to Ryunosuke when Iris was examining them. Susato's like... she's slightly shorter than Ryunosuke. I guess that checked out. Ah! It was there! Iris's story was there! Really? It was? Well, that's good news. Isn't it, Iris? Yes. I mean, of course I believe Hurley... Oh, wait. I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he'd deposited here. But still, it's a relief to actually see it. Really? Was that not a very well-hidden frown? Iris's manuscript has entered into the court record. Yoink. Let's take a look. That. Thank you for the emote. A long unpublished story that Mr. Shlomes deposited at the pawnbrokery of the victim, Mr. Windybank, is entitled The Hound of the Baskervilles, which again is the one and only Shlomes story I've ever read. Which makes me laugh. Yep. Is this... I'm not sure if I can get it back. Okay, yeah, I got it. Oh, I'm in the way again. Yoink. The Hound of the Baskervilles. How did Susato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? Says that though. I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh. You really need to click, but yeah. Can we look at her signature? No. It's just the cover. Alright. Let's shuffle back over. Shuffle. Is that really it? I'm gonna do a sweep over the room. I think we might have to talk to Gregson again. Okay. Do I show him the manuscript? Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest? Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Baskervilles. A most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. And, I don't suppose... Would there be any mention of my humble self in the tale this time? Good question. I can't really remember. I see. Well, why would you, your ladyship? I'll just await its publication with eager anticipation. You needn't worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable. You looking to be arrested, Sunshine? You didn't mean it like that. Even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you? Okay. I wrote this. Dr. Gregson, could you give me a oh wait, I think this is generic. Yeah, this is just... I think you're just skipping... Okay, I'm just skipping through this because it's not important dialogue. It's just, there's no special dialogue. Yeah. Alright. None of these other things. Yeah, this is just representation. Does it say anything else? No, not really. Okay, so we have unknown green blood color. Thrice-fired Mason is purple. Windybank is blue. Oh, maybe I show him this. Do you have anything to say about the blood location? You know, like the green one? Oh, no. It's just a generic. Should I try leaving? Oh, I always get stuck at this part. Maybe let's see how Shlomes is doing. Let's just try going somewhere. Main shop. Does that change anything? Why am I doing that? I did not want to do that. No, don't have anything. Do I have anything? Wait, can I show her her own manuscript? Here. Oh, my manuscript. The Shlomes said he deposited it at Windybank's, and he had. But it's so strange. What is about this particular story? I worked so hard on it. Why would Hurley say I can't publish it? I'm afraid I have no idea. All you can do is wait until he's ready to tell you, I suppose. Oh, maybe. It's because Hurley isn't in it enough. Maybe I didn't give him enough good lines. Yes, maybe. I wish I could say that definitely... Oh, I wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason. But I can't. Huh. Let's think. Ethan. This is for... Okay. Yeah, this is 15. That's the coat. This is for one small box. Huh. Oh wait, maybe there's... Go back. Might need to show Gregson this. Maybe. Oh, this might be new. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, what do we have here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Yes, this ticket from Mr. McGilded's overcoat. The one the little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do you? Do ya? No, I didn't mean to, Bruno's right, Gregsley. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So what's all this about then, if I may be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket. A second one? It seems that Mr. McGilded in fact had another article in storage here at Windybanks. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Okay, there we go. Second redemption ticket. Also, thank you, Game Devs, for just jumping right into this. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilded's overcoat. Eh? You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. Should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilded deposited another article here with Mr. Windybank. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsley? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilded. It could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop staring at me with those big turquoise eyes. All full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll use me marbles, I will. Go barking. Barking mad, I believe, is what he's alluding to. And he kind of already... Yeah. Kind of sounds like he's barking, eating those fish and chips. There's no time for dog impressions, Inspector. There's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. He's very upset about this. There's just one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, has it? Hasn't it? Yeah. Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right. It's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time. Oh! There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds, even. Can't possibly know which one might have been Mr. McGilded's. That information's not written in the ledger. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Ryunosuke's not impressed. He's like, he's always so mean to me, but he always... Oh. Hello there! Ah! Really nearly jumped out my skin there. How could Mr. Windybank such a wicked trap? I doubt he set out to scare anyone. Even Susato's froze. Is it really the time? Oh, is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh? Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Oop. There goes the music. Don't you remember, Bruno? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes. Yes. You did. Oh. You need help there. Hold on. I need to push the door open a little bit. There we go. Did you get stuck? Now you are unstucked. Small critters getting stuck behind doors. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we'd better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. What about investigating the shelves? Oh, we can actually. Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. That's right. They got all little price labels on them. There are so many. I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere. The box that Mr. McGilded deposited here just over 2 months ago. Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome indeed. There are so many boxes. It could be any one of them. Mr. Shlomes said that a pawnbroker's was a... Well, Mr. Shlomes said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything. More secure than a bank's vault. So perhaps, the small box of Mr. McGilded's contains something of very great value. Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked. So then we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open. And Susato pitched Ryunosuke. That sort of misconduct will get you arrested. I won't let that happen. Ah, this takes me back. It's been some time since Susato-san last threw me. It's been some time since you last been a little hellion. You're usually the more sensible of the lot, to be honest. Alright, now I think we go talk to Gina. Let's see, that's going to be, I think, at the top. Oh wait, here we go, prison. Gina. Gina. 16th April, 5:41 p.m. Location, prison. Cell 13. Ah, Gina. Good, you're back. Ah! Not getting that rocket launcher fired up, I see. The police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Eh? Oh, didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windybanks. Oh, right. Well, don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. Gina's still quiet. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it. That's not... Gina's still quiet. Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. Eh? What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? You. I must submit the paperwork now, if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Right, I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Aw, such gloomy music! But we've uncovered. Oops, excuse me. Aw, everyone's just quiet and upset. Oh, alright then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo, all of us, know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we still haven't managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being here in the first place. I think I know now why you broke into Windybanks that night. It looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. Thrust it in Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Present manuscript. We found this in Mr. Windybank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Windybanks showed no... Windybank... Okay, take two. Curiously, the storeroom at Windybanks' showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. Box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina? Who broke open the box that contained this manuscript last night. Eh? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's a real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Ah! Why don't you tell us what happened? Please. Yay! Iris's manuscript. Alright, yeah. This Baskervilles story. It's the latest Shlomes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's gotta be worth a few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No, Jeannie, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript, or whatever you call it, really was there or not. Only reason I was in... That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris's sake. Isn't that right? Ah! We knew why you done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But... I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Jeannie. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you'd said the night before. How many flashbacks to this scene are we gonna get? Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. Just ain't realized it yet. Oh. I'm telling ya, that mantle script ain't at Windy Banks. You'd soon see it if you had a look. I'm still sad. Oh. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. No, Gina's not happy about it. Oh, Jeannie, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. She's so stubborn. Reason for breaking in. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth. That's all. I wanted to know if Mr. Shlomes was being honest. If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windy Banks'. It's like I told ya the night before. Never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got her dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night, I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about... oh wait. Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective, so much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner? Well, that's how I see it, yeah. You're so thoughtful and so kind, Jeannie. Yes, we never thought any differently, did we? Look! Give it a rest, will ya? I hate all this chummy nonsense, you hear? I hate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, scamper. She's so upset. She don't mean it at all. Oh. Wait, on her coat. The coat. I hadn't noticed until now. But it's I hadn't noticed until now. But it's unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of that overcoat. Are some very suspicious red stains. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. Sure, I will talk about the representation in court later. Conversation flow. Okay, it's this one. Yeah, this is the one that she would have turned in for the coat. Thanks. You see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Windy Banks, isn't it? The one for that black overcoat you're wearing now. Eh? What that? I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets. Surely not. But this one has a very obvious mark on it. That would appear to be blood. Eh? Does that ring any bells? I don't know. It all looks the same to me. Blood. And they all sound the same to me, these answers. Suspicious. Okay, maybe this. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? That I know whose blood yet. What? Blood, Mr. Naruhodo? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be that... So could it be blood that spattered from Mr. Windybank when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot. Give a girl more warning, Iris. Oh dear. That's a lot. Oh. Oh my. What? What? Wait. What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with a chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes. Now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Mason! Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you on about? The victim? What do you mean? You're wearing a very bloody coat, Gina! Oop, everyone's staring. It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Will someone explain what's going on? Stop adding half the story. Oh. Now we gotta talk this Sato. The truth of the omnibus case. You can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilded's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony. Now I ask yous, good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach. I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out and gave the man a hand. If you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from These stains couldn't have arisen from Yeah, I keep wanting to say Mr. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. These stains couldn't have arisen from McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet. Now, if that was what had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Who tried to run from the truth for long enough. There's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded. Yep. Mr. Naruhodo. That horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let this happen? Everyone's upset. You know, did you believe him, though? Do you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent? I believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? A lawyer's weapon. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Asogi! Ooh! Asogi's theme! I love this song so much! Listen, Ryunosuke. You lawyers are only human. You can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe that what our clients tell us. Okay, let me just start. Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. Same with your flowy your ribbon. Gina. What's funny, Gina? Core. Sounds like this Empire of Japan when you came from. Everyone must be soft. Oh, come on. Look at this mess it's got you into, believing in that bog trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. Well, at least you've learnt your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back and then. As soon as you get your guard down, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up. Chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I believe what he wants and all now. I'm Mr. Oh wait. I believe that's what he wants and all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Okay, I'm sorry, okay. I'm a believer. Ah, jeez, okay. Me being dumb. Moving on. Don't forget it was me that in that trial 2 months ago. Let everyone up the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, a lawyer's prime weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Yeah, I trust her. She's been frightfully honest and had to be blackmailed into lying. She doesn't seem to like lying either from all the other things. She got pretty livid over the fact that Mr. Fancy Pants in white last time. So she's just like, of course, everyone believes me over everyone else just because I'm a diver. Doesn't mean I'm a liar. This is such a dangerous group. No kidding. I trust Gina. Also, can't move on with the game if we don't. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Eh? You are half-baked? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Seriously, Mr. Naruhodo? Didn't you hear all of what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just tip off my tongue. I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you even trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina? I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there's more to this life than you yet realize. What you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. I can promise you this. Whatever happens, until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. What do you expect me to say to that? She got all teary-eyed. Oh, Gina. Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. These are not our... I don't know what you are. I don't get ya. I think everyone's amused, including me. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end, I think. Dots. Lots of dots. I think this is going to be... Oh. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Susato? Someone is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody wasn't there before. What? Hello there. Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Hi, Gregson. I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. That's, would it be ninjutsu? I know ninjas, despite modern day viewpoints, ninjas were more of spies. If they got caught, they were dead. They weren't mystical warriors that knew how to sneak around. That's the mythos surrounding ninjas. Real ninjas snuck around and, how to put it? Lots of psychological warfare kind of stuff, and, gosh. Like, they did use things, like, they'd use, like, black pepper and throw it in people's eyes so they would blind them. So they didn't know a lot about, well, yeah, poisons to be sure, but not necessarily the ones that made you die and crow, because sometimes it was just irritants and whatnot. But yeah, ninjas knew, I guess it would be chemical? They were actually, like, chemists? Ninjas were very, they were typically farmers who were just trying to keep their farm safe. Seriously, the real-life history of ninjas is pretty fascinating. I'd suggest looking it up because it's simultaneously not at all what you would expect, but also exactly what you'd expect, and somehow much cooler than you could ever imagine. Ninjas were very much two words: survival and resourceful. So yeah, pretty cool, actually, the history of ninjas. Gotta give a lot of respect. They had so many things and figured out so many things, but yeah, if you get a chance, I'd suggest looking into it. It's an interesting topic. Anyway, moving on. I got sidetracked. Something of my interest was caught. Gregson, don't mention ninjas again. I'll go off on another tangent. Anyway. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Brigsley! Oh, dear me. I'm most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in on our conversation? Good grief, listening in. No. Just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave, even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived, this very minute, none of them earlier. That is all. Nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, and bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish Lord Strongheart, well... Emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Well, I'm off. Alright, Gregsley. If you have to. Well, let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. Are you turning into Natsume 2.0 there, Gregson? Oh boy, Gregson and Saseki Natsume. Oh, that's gonna be a scene. That's apparently they're two birds of a feather in some ways. A lot of pleasantries. Not one of them sounded sincere. Off he goes. Rexy is so funny. He says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. You can bet your biscuits it's going to be relevant. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Miss Sasato. That's a lot of S's. Bow. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. And so, our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain, making her way back to Japan. Oh, he's gonna miss her. 16th April, 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Shlomes was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. And on the back of the news that her father had fallen ill, and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. Now they're both worrying. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? Going back. Okay. I want to ask this one first. One final task. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my! I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? A huge bundle of documents. It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGilded case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybanks' murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings of the case for you. With everything else she's had to think about, Susato-san still managed to do this. And all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. This is why we respect Susato-san. Susato-san is great. I like her very much. She's a very good addition. Honestly, I like the competency of everyone in this story, but they're also absolutely goofballs and it's wonderful. They feel more like people. They have depth and variance in their character. It's the one-note ones that you gotta look out for. You're like, oh yeah, you're one-note. We're not supposed to like you. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it'll bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. Really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh! Ignore me, I was just mumbling to myself. Yep. How much is that a court record update? Oh my goodness. Notes collected by Miss... What's this in here? I'm curious. Case summary. Victim found deceased on the last scheduled omnibus of the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Details of victim... Mr. Mason Milverton. Oh, Milverton. We have a last name. Where did Susato find this man's last name? That was not mentioned in the case. Oh well. Occupation, brickmaker, domicile, East End of London. Trial summary. Defendant Magnus McGilded. Prosecution attorney Lord Baroque Van Zeeks. Defense attorney Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Conviction was assured with three eyewitness testimonies. However, a surprise fourth witness testimony resulted in acquittal due to insufficient evidence. Wonder how that would be useful exactly, because I don't really remember. Okay. Going back to Japan. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. We managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts. You've had time to do what you need to do. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. We see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. I like that analogy, not gonna lie. But what lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruhodo-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open, keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. Naruhodo here being... Okay, Naruhodo being awesome. I like it. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. Grown so much. Oh, new face! Look at her! She's so sad but happy! Sorry, I've what? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. No, it wasn't. I saw that face. It was a new face. Tomorrow's departure. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes. I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. I see. You are not getting any sleep today, you poor lady. Well, I guess this girl, she's technically a minor by my viewpoint, at least. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry. I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Oh, wait, there's something I did. Over the shoulder. What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. Shutdown? Everything is upside down. Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Oh, there she goes. Oh, Susato. Ryunosuke is just like, I guess I'm here now. Susato-san. He's just on his back. On the ground. It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted. And yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Aw. Poor Ryunosuke. But trial's next, though I think I think I might be ending it here, because I think, is this going to be a to be continued? Nope, we're going to get a little more. Ryunosuke's going to miss his bestie, no kidding! Okay, 17th April, small hours, St. Sinner's Hospital, Ward 3. I almost said word. Yes, I quite understand. It is a great weight off my mind. Shlomes! Rest assured, I shall put everything in place, exactly as we have discussed. He's awake! Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Shlomes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. He doesn't bow. You should be doing that. You are hurt. Don't move your torso. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Or Godspeed. Godspeed? Yeah, Godspeed. My dear Madame. Susato speaking to Shlomes. Which feels really ominous, but I assure you, it's probably a good thing. It's Susato and Shlomes. To be continued. Bum bum bum. Cliffhanger, sorry. I love that little stinger of a song. Usually results in me going, wait, what do you mean? I love this game. But yeah, that is definitely a good place to end. It's like 5 till 2 hours, so yeah. We're getting to the trial. I'm excited. The trial is nutso. Let's see. Actually, you know, I can look it up. Let me pull it up. Don't go away yet. Let me see. Let me see if let's see. This is called the The Adventures of the Unspeakable Story. Oop, I almost hit the wrong key. I did not, just barely. Let's see. Because I can look at the overview and not spoil myself because I already know all this. Yeah, oop. Thank you, ads, for messing everything up. That was just investigation part 4. Former session, recess, later session. Okay, so we're gonna have... Yeah, we're gonna have trial. Yeah, okay, yeah. There's, Okay, yeah. Yeah. I was just looking it up. I'm like, do we have a trial, then a break, so we investigate more, and then another part of the trial? But no, it's just one trial. We are here, stuff happens, at least I think, by the look of this. I wanted to check. Yeah, this says recess in between. Okay. Yeah. We have the trial, so the rest of it is trial, and then it's the end bit. For the whole, that's gonna be for the whole game in quotes, because Chronicles doesn't end at Adventures, but this is the end of Adventures, so we're gonna have epilogue stuff. So yeah, we got a trial, which probably is gonna take 2 streams. We're gonna stream what part of it, at least Friday, and ooh, I love this. I love this one. We're getting to the trial. I'm getting more excited. I'm having too much fun. Or maybe I'm having the right amount of fun. I'm very excited. I hope I was doing okay with the voices. I felt like I was doing okay. Maybe not perfect, but I was doing okay. It was certainly not tripping up as much as I was last time. Oh goodness, was I tripping up on my words last time. I'm like, some days are just like that. Some days I can't speak. Some days are just hard. It just sort of makes me need to go like, okay, let's do this. But no, I did good. I did sufficiently. Is my cat still there? Yes, she is. We had stream cat the whole entire time. Do you want to say hello, kitty? Or are you just gonna be curled up? Nope, she is completely ignoring me. She's just leaving. Aw, thank you, Margaret. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I'm also very, very, very excited to get into Resolve as well, so I'm like, I want to get through this case. Thankfully, I didn't get stuck like I usually do, because I knew I would tend to get stuck. Like, I would forget that I need to show... Not realize I need to show Gregson the photograph. Or... Wait, no, was it the... Yeah, the photograph that has the little box inventory thing on the back. And then you have to show Iris her manuscript outside, so she'll talk about it more. I get stuck in those parts, and I know other people get stuck in those parts, but you do have to show it that to move on. So I know people got stuck there, and that... Thankfully, I avoided it that time. Did good. But, getting to the trial, especially the second half, I'm so excited. I mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. I know the song as Great Pursuit, The Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, and it hasn't played yet. This is the first, this trial is going to be the first time it plays, because we got Overture to Pursuit. And if you play them together, you can hear the difference. I'm pretty sure, don't read the comments. You can look up the music and just hear the difference. I would suggest kind of doing so, because it might be relevant. Like, look up the songs, don't read the comments. There are spoilers in the ones that you're probably going to be looking at. Just like cover up with your hand or something. I don't know. Yeah, definitely don't read the comments. But yeah, it might be worth a listen to compare the 2 songs to even just the opening few seconds, just so you can hear the difference. So when it plays, you know it. Which is why I'm suggesting you do it. Just be careful. Don't spoil yourself. Not the worst spoiler in the game though, but still. It's more of... Oh my gosh. I mean, I like the cases in here. It really sets up everybody's character, and that's really what Adventures is about, is setting up everyone's character. It's like introductions and stuff. You're kind of... As things happen, you see them react to it, to just sort of like, you know how the characters are going to act. You know why they act. more or less. But the second Resolve has so many interesting cases. It's very interesting. I'm very excited. I'm getting very excited because this is like, from now on, it's just like, this is like the best parts of the game. All the good stuff happens. Even the tutorial trial for Resolve, which is going to be episode 6 for Chronicles. Even though I think they still have separate numbering, even in Chronicles. But yeah. So case 6 for, I'm gonna call it case 6. That's gonna definitely cause confusion, but I'll probably tag it episode 1 and episode 6 just because. But anyway, that's my own business to figure out. Yeah, that I remember doing the tutorial trial. I'm like, if anyone in Japan picked this game up as their first one, even though it's the second one, but they're like, I'll just jump into the second. How much could I be missing? I'm like, the first trial in that game, I think, is easily the hardest tutorial trial in the entire darn series. I remember getting stuck in that one. It kind of works out better that it's actually with Chronicles here as it being a mid case. It's probably a bit easier than maybe this one. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's been a while since I've done it. I don't really remember having too much trouble with this trial. I mean, I think it was more of trying to figure out what the actual, like, what actually is going on, but I already know that because I've played the game, so I'll probably have less trouble. But I do remember it was that trial was difficult. Anyway, I'm blathering now at this point. I'm just talking to talk. Okay, so to wrap it up here, if you did enjoy this stream, oh wait, no wait. We have to hope Susato was able to leave Ryunosuke enough clues to solve the case. I see who's your favorite. I don't blame you. Susato's great. I like her so much. I would, if I saw somebody cosplaying her, I would definitely be asking for a hug. Like, may I hug you? You are just a Susato. I wish to give you a hug because then it's kind of like hugging Susato and I would like to hug her. She is cool. As I've said before, I like all the characters in here, pretty much. Except for, you know, the ones who are written to be jerks. But on, like, pure, well-written character standpoint, they are all good. They are all good from a character writing standpoint. Yeah, okay. But seriously, I need to wrap it up. So yeah, you know, the usual kind of YouTube things of liking, commenting, subscribing helps out. It's the algorithm, all that. You've probably heard it 1,000,001 times before. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I always appreciate it very much. But for everyone who watched here, whether it's you, my painted little nieceys, that come and see a great many of my streams, or maybe you just happen to come on this one, or maybe you're just been watching me play Great Ace Attorney and nothing else. Doesn't matter to me. I'm very much grateful you take time out of your precious day to come and watch my silly littleness over here. Hopefully I'm entertaining. I would hope so. I'm trying my best. Hopefully I'm succeeding in some measure. But anyway, that is it for this stream. And that's how we're starting off the week. But for now, I must bid you all farewell with a fun little bye-bye. And I hope to see you another time.